Now, overall growth, our growth target for 2019 was 7.1%. As at second quarter of 2019, we've achieved 6.2%. So we are still below the growth target. But compared to the same period, 2018, it was 5.4%. So it shows that we have improved marginally if you compare the same period, that is end of June 2018 with end of June 2019. It means our growth has been slightly higher than it was in 2018. The non-oil red GDP growth was 6.0%. That's the target, 6.0. As at mid-2019, we've achieved 5.2, 0.8 percentage points short of the target. If we compare to the same period, 2018, we grew by 4.6%. So again, it shows some marginal improvement over the same period in 2018. End of period inflation, our target is 8.0. By mid-2019, we've achieved 7.6. Same period last year, it was 9.8. So we still see improvement. If you look at it that way, year on year, we see improvement in the growth inflation numbers as well. Overall budget deficit, our target for 2019 is 4.5. As at mid-2019, we've achieved 4.5. As at same period last year, it was 2.8. So it means our deficit situation, if you compare, has worsened. Our primary balance also showed that we've improved from 1.1, target of 1.1, and achieved 0.3. Gross international reserves, our target was 3.5 months of import cover. By mid-2019, we've achieved 4.1 months of import cover. So our reserve position is quite solid. That is why the exchange rate depreciation hasn't been too rapid. Otherwise, you hear from the media every morning, every hour, every second, you see them talking about the exchange rate. And I have issues with that as well, because that can also create some kinds of uneasy tensions. Those who don't even need foreign exchange will rush and hold on to the currency, and that can have ripple effects on the exchange rate depreciation. So we ought to be careful the way we report some of these figures. Now, in summary, if you look at the growth numbers, agricultural sector or the subsectors, we see that agri recorded a 3.1% growth as at mid-2019. That is not impressive. If you hear all the noise about planting for food and jobs and fertilizer subsidy, I mean, if you look at the investment that we made into agriculture and we grow by 3.1%, you ask yourself, are we investing in the right areas, or we are not? And I think that's something that we need to interrogate as Ghanaians. The manufacturing sector grew by 6.5% in 2019, that is mid-stream 2019. That for me is very good, because agric and industry, especially manufacturing, employs a greater proportion of the labor force. So for me, I would love to see agric grow rapidly. I would love to see manufacturing grow rapidly. Those are the two critical sectors, not services, because we don't engage in high-value services, and therefore the kind of jobs we create within the services sector, apart from banking and insurance and a few others, they are not high-value services, and therefore we don't engage a lot of people. We don't pay them so much in terms of wages. Construction sector declined by minus 8.5% in 2019. Why is that so? One of the major reasons is the limited access to finance. If you speak to most banks, they are less willing to lend to the construction sector, because most of them undertake government projects and they are not paid on time, and therefore they default in their loans. So banks have been a bit wise now, because with the new reforms, if your loan goes bad, it hits your profit and loss account. I mean, there are sanctions that would affect your financials, and therefore banks are very careful in lending to certain risky areas. Then if you come to services, it grew by 44.9%. Financial services, however, grew by only 1.8%, and real estate grew by 12.1% in mid-2019. So you see the financial sector is picking up. Previous year, it recorded a decline. Now it's picked up marginally due to the reforms. We are hoping with a new, having been recapitalized and with all the reforms, we will see much growth in the financial sector, because finance is the nerve center of every activity in this country.